Veteran sharpshooter Steph Curry does not believe the Golden State Warriors have enough pieces to compete for an NBA title in the 2025-26 season. While speaking to reporters on August 15th, Curry admitted that the Warriors need more help to truly compete with Western Conference powerhouses such as the Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, and Minnesota Timberwolves, a year after the team was bounced out of the second round of the playoffs. "We have a really good team, and we do know we need some pieces to help get us to the next level," Curry said. Still, the four-time NBA champion did not sound worried about the Warriors' dormant offseason, expressing belief that the team can build off the second half of the 2024-25 season, when they went 23-7 with Jimmy Butler 3 in the lineup. "My confidence is built on the identity that we were able to create over the last third of the regular season last year and the playoff journey," he said. "Control what you can control." Speaking further on the Warriors' quiet offseason, Curry said the team can prepare through that uncertainty with an intense training camp next month. "I think the veteran presence that we have with me, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, we understand how to prepare through that uncertainty and be able to hit the ground running in training camp, knowing we should have some movement by then. You control what you can control," he continued. "And no matter how many new experiences you have or whatever the differences from this offseason to the previous ones, you don't let it affect your own personal preparation for the season and then the conversations that we're having on what we need to do to get ready." The Warriors are widely expected to sign free agents Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton, but have been unable to do so due to the Jonathan Kuminga contract impasse. Can Warriors afford to get older? While Horford, 39, will surely help Golden State fill a void at the center spot, some analysts have warned the team that the acquisition will only make them older. ESPN's Anthony Slater believes the Warriors may regress with Horford's addition. Jimmy Butler 3 will turn 36 before training camp. Draymond Green will turn 36 in March. Stephen Curry will turn 38 before the playoffs. Al Horford, the free agent the basketball world has ticketed for the Warriors, will turn 40 during next June's NBA Finals, Slater wrote. That's 4 projected starters attempting to fight off the aging process against a league exploding with young and improving talent. But the last time we saw all 4, they were still highly productive. Curry finished as a second-team All-NBA guard. Green finished 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year voting, Slater wrote. Butler joined the Warriors and, when paired with Curry, helped them close the regular season with a 22-5 record. Horford was a vital part of the Celtics' playoff run. The Warriors have also been linked to former number 1 overall pick Ben Simmons. The Golden State Warriors are entering the 2025-26 season with a strange mix of stability and uncertainty. Stability, because the core of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green remains intact. Uncertainty, because the franchise has made 0 moves in free agency while other Western Conference contenders reshaped their rosters. Coming off a 48-34 season and a Western Conference semifinal exit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Warriors face pressing questions. Can Curry sustain his brilliance in year 17? Will Jimmy Butler continue to elevate the group? Can the front office resolve the Jonathan Kuminga situation and bring in the reinforcements Curry hinted at during his 9th annual Curry Camp? Let's dive deep into record predictions, playoff outlook, and bold forecasts for what could be one of the most pivotal seasons in Golden State's dynastic run. A look back, 2024-25 in review. The 2024-25 season was a tale of 2 halves for Golden State. Before the trade deadline, the team hovered around .500 and looked like an aging contender in decline. Then came the blockbuster acquisition of Jimmy Butler. The fiery two-way forward immediately gave the Warriors an identity boost. Curry was stellar once again, averaging 24.5 points, 6 assists, and 4.4 rebounds, while leading the league in free throw percentage, 93.3%, for the 5th time in his career. Butler added defensive intensity and clutch scoring, while Draymond Green remained the connective tissue that kept the system flowing. Unfortunately, postseason hopes ended prematurely when Curry strained his hamstring in the semifinal. Without him at full strength, the Warriors bowed out in 5 games against the Timberwolves. The question heading into 2025-26 was that the last gasp of a fading dynasty or the groundwork for one more deep playoff run. The off-season stalemate. The Warriors are the only team in the NBA not to make a single off-season move. Much of this is tied to the Jonathan Kuminga holdout, which has left the Warriors in a holding pattern. Potential veteran signings like Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton remain on the table, but nothing will move forward until Kuminga's situation is resolved. Curry himself admitted at camp that the roster needs a few pieces to take us to the next level, but he also expressed confidence in the team's identity and veteran core. The lack of movement is a gamble by management, one that could either preserve continuity or leave the Warriors outmatched in a rapidly improving Western Conference. Crucial Warriors games to watch. 2 games stand out on the Warriors' schedule. January 22nd at Dallas Mavericks, Rivals Week, a tone-setting game for playoff seeding implications. Followed by the Minnesota Timberwolves on January 24th, a rematch of last year's playoff elimination. Expect extra intensity as the Warriors seek revenge. Beyond those matchups, the Warriors face a brutal stretch in late December with road games in Toronto, Brooklyn, and Charlotte in 5 days. Surviving that trip will be critical for playoff positioning. Projected record, 47-35. Despite their stagnant offseason, the Warriors' core remains strong enough to win close to 50 games. Curry may be 37, but he hasn't shown signs of slowing down significantly. Butler's presence ensures they won't collapse defensively, and Green's leadership remains invaluable. That said, age and lack of depth will cost them in back-to-back scenarios and against younger, faster teams. Expect a slight regression from last year's 48-34 record, landing them at 47-35. Predicted Western Conference seed. Number 6. The Western Conference is stacked. Denver remains elite with Nikola Jokic. Minnesota is rising. Oklahoma City remains the favorite. Memphis gets Ja Morant back healthy, and Phoenix has retooled around Devin Booker. Golden State will be competitive, but its lack of roster upgrades likely keeps it out of the top 4. A 6th seed feels realistic enough to avoid the play-in tournament, but not elite. Playoff prediction: second-round exit. If the Warriors finish 6th, they'll likely draw a first-round matchup with a Denver or Oklahoma-type team. With Curry healthy, they have enough firepower and experience to win a tough series. However, advancing past the second round would require either Curry turning back the clock completely or a massive mid-season trade. As currently constructed, Golden State looks like a second-round exit once again, similar to 2025. Bold predictions for the 2025-26 season. Here are a few forecasts beyond record and playoff finish. Stephen Curry leads the NBA in free throw percentage again. Curry has led the league 5 times already, including last season. His technique, focus, and stamina at the line aren't going anywhere. Pencil him in for a 94% clip this year. Jimmy Butler makes the all-defensive second team. While Butler is known for his playoff heroics, his defense often gets overshadowed in the regular season. Expect a renewed focus this year, especially with Golden State needing his grit against wings like Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic. Jonathan Kuminga gets traded by the deadline. The mystery surrounding Kuminga's holdout points toward an eventual split. Golden State can't afford to let a promising young talent rot on the sidelines. Expect the front office to flip him for a veteran forward or guard before the season starts. Draymond Green misses 20-plus games with injuries. At 35, Draymond's body has endured years of physical play. While he remains a defensive mastermind, nagging injuries will likely sideline him for a chunk of the season. Warriors coaching staff shake up after the season. If Golden State exits in the second round again, expect changes. While Steve Kerr is unlikely to be fired outright, there could be shifts in the assistant coaching staff, perhaps even Kerr stepping into a front office role down the line if the franchise begins a rebuild. The big picture: a legacy year for Curry. The 2025-26 season is as much about Curry's legacy as it is about the Warriors' championship hopes. At 37 years old, every game, every playoff run matters. Chasing a 5th championship remains the goal, but Curry's ability to keep the Warriors relevant in an evolving NBA landscape is already a testament to his greatness. Golden State is at a crossroads. One path leads to another deep playoff push and maybe one final finals appearance. The other points toward decline and eventual rebuilding. With Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green beside him, Curry isn't going down quietly. For fans, this season promises drama, nostalgia, and maybe a few heart-stopping nights at Chase Center. The dynasty may be on its last chapter, but it's not finished yet. The Golden State Warriors remain the only team without a single free agency signing. With the Lakers vs. Warriors opening night matchup already on the schedule, the Warriors are going to need to strengthen their roster before starting the season. The Warriors' free agent target list continues to get shorter and shorter as players are signing with different teams. One player who recently became available is Jesse Edwards. The Minnesota Timberwolves released Edwards on Sunday. He has now added to the long list of Warriors' free agent targets. Edwards is a 7-footer who, while only 25 years old, has only 2 games of NBA experience under his belt. In his rookie season, he only glimpsed the court for Minnesota, but played significant minutes in the G League. In 18 G League games, he averaged 11.7 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks per game. He also shot over 60% from the field. While Edwards might not be the most impressive name on the Warriors' free agent target list, he could be an end-of-the-bench addition that could pay off. Despite having 2 young centers on their roster already, the Warriors were severely undersized last season. Edwards would be a big body to help strengthen their defense and rebounding. One player that would be on the hot seat if the Warriors went after Jesse Edwards is Tracy Jackson-Davis. TJD had a promising rookie season, but took a step back last year. While he does provide some rim protection and vertical spacing, he is undersized at the center position at only 6'9". The Warriors probably want to give TJD one more year to develop. That means that a Jesse Edwards free agency signing might be unlikely. Still, the Warriors need to be monitoring every available free agent as their options start to dwindle.